to sunlight.
Look at this thing.
The Hummer EV. Redneck Physics.
Let's compare. Oompa Loompa 1.1.
These are epic.
This is actually bigger. So I've seen kind of a lot of aftermarket UTV axles, and I don't often get that excited. I mean, typically, you know what to expect, you get what you pay for kind of vibe. Today, I'm feeling a little bit different. A couple months ago, I posted a video taking a look at a way you could get basically cheaper OEM Segway Villan axles straight from Demon Power Sports, because basically I believe their branch, PDI International, which I think they're a subsidiary of, they're the ones that make the OEM axles for Segway. Anyways, so I did a video about how you can get cheaper OEM axles just by buying the Demon OEM replacements, which are really the same thing. Anyways, so today though, I got some Demon Power Sports heavy duty axles for Segway. And I was expecting something comparable to like a Rhino 2.0, basically just OEM quality, or maybe slightly above. And just looking at it, it's pretty cool. Like, this is actually bigger than the OEM axles, which weren't that small on the Segway Villan. So let's look at it. Here's the OEM axle. So let's compare this heavy duty one to this one. The main differences, yes, you can tell that one's bigger. I'll get out a caliper in a second here. The boots on the OEM ones are a little tougher, like TPEE, and these feel like just regular old neoprene. Really quick, let's get these cups. We're looking at about 3.8 inches, the same dimension that I can measure on here. These are running about 3.5 inches. So 3.8 to 3.5, that's a big increase in overall diameter. And now let's do this next measurement, which is just bar diameter. Yes, I know this part of the bar diameter doesn't matter. It's all about what your bar splines are. We'll compare that in a minute here too. So the center bar diameter is 1.14. Not bad at all. Not bad. Not bad. 1.14. Little bitty microscopic 1.075, which is not bad either. Now let's run over here and look at the diameters of these inboard cups. We're looking at about 3.7, almost 3.8 inches. That's massive. And these OEM ones, we're looking at about 3.55 inches. So not bad, but much smaller. So actually bigger cups, fantastic. Bigger cups, awesome. The bar diameter is bigger. Now let me hammer off one of these CV joints and we can compare the minimum spline diameter. So far, these things are awesome. These are $200 for the OEM ones, or if you buy them in the wrong place from actually Segway, it'd be like $300, but $200 for the OEM ones. These are $269, but they're constantly on 20% off sale, so you should, try to pay around $200 for them. These are epic. For a Segway Villan, I would have a hard time believing this thing's gonna break. But let's go ahead and pop it open and see if this is all for naught, because maybe they just come down to the same minimum spline diameter inside of there, but let's see. First, we'll get the OEM one. Okay, we are at major diameter spline 1.085. Not bad at all. Unlike Super ATV, they actually don't neck up in the middle randomly, which is, there's no reason to do that really. So now let's measure the spline diameter on these quote unquote heavy duty ones. Okay. Are you kidding me? We're getting into like, this is wild. That's fantastic. 1.16? That's huge. For comparison, think X300s are supposed to be good? Look at that. No comparison. Way bigger. Insanely bigger. High Lifter XL, little dinky dorp, not even close. Let's compare to a Turbo R on a Super ATV. Still bigger than a Turbo R that's gonna have way more power than that little Segway Villan. Sorry, you are not breaking those Segway Villan axles. Okay, and then really quick, we gotta test the hardness of these shafts. So I got my nice little calibrated hardness set of files. Let's start at something dinky like 45 Rockwell C. Everything should be harder than 45 Rockwell C. So let's start off on the, we call these things the OEM axles. Yep, 45's chill pill. And we'll grab the 50. Hopefully this is chill pill as well.
Yep, that's chill pill, no grab. And if I had to guess, we'll probably catch before 55, which puts it somewhere between 50 and 55. And yep, whoop, digs, 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 digs. Okay, so that's between 50 and 55, the usual. And now let's clean off a little spot on that. Okay, it cleaned off a little spot. Let's grab our 50 Rockwell C here. Oompa Loompa, nothing to say. Okay. And you can tell they didn't quite go down to minimums. Root diameter like RCV does, like you should, but they get close and it's rolled spline, so it's kind of okay. All right, not really, but whatever. All right, 55, probably gonna catch, right? Yep, okay, so the usual. It's between 50 and 55.
Okay, basically, I'm like kind of a Demon Power Sports fan now. Like, that's amazing. For only 270 bucks, it's 4340. Like, I know not all 4340s created equal, but it couldn't be that bad, and the geometry says like, yeah. So, I'm impressed. You are not breaking those axles on a Segway Villan unless you're gonna break something else first. Like, that's awesome. Those are actually heavy-duty axles for not that bad of a price. Yes.